Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, or lauraxstitches, and we are here today for my July update. Oh my goodness, the year's going so fast, I don't even know what month it is. You might notice a little bit of a difference in the sound and the visual today. I am recording this on my laptop, but I have a pretty decent mic plugged in, but I don't know how that's going to work. So we'll just see how we go. I have recorded this once today on my normal camera, and I wasn't very happy with it. I kind of like what Jessie Marie is talking about when she talks about quality over the amount of videos and things. I was actually going to leave it for this month because I was over it, but I decided to try again. I was going to record on my camera, but by the time I'd recorded, the battery got really far down and it takes forever to charge. So we are back with old school video that I used to do, but I don't mind. We'll see how we go, and maybe I'll prefer it better because it's easier. Don't know. A bit to talk about today. We've got obviously whips, bit of life update in a moment, haul, plans, and of course the monthly giveaway. In terms of life, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who has sent their well wishes for Matthew. For those people that don't know, he had his wisdom teeth out just after my last video had gone up, I think, or no, just before, I think. I can't actually remember what date it was. We had a little bit of a hiccup with that in terms of the anesthetic, but he was all good. So thank you to everyone who said that. And also thanks as well because he got his, he just sneezed. He did a man sneeze, you know how they sneeze really loud. He got his braces on at the end of June. So June was a pretty intense month. He's still learning and figuring out what he can eat and how he needs to eat and how to brush his teeth and blah, 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 because he's got all this metal in his mouth. So we'll see how we go. So everything else, school's back. If you remember in my last video, I was on holidays. We are back for another term. We are in term 3, week 2 is done. I can't believe it, it's already week 3, which doesn't sound like very far, but in a 10-week term, that means half of the units that we're doing are over. So we do 2 units mainly each subject as term, and so the first unit is almost done. So that'll be interesting to see how quick the term goes. I had parent teachers the week just gone, and that was fine. I have great parents in my class, so I have no real issues when it comes to parent teachers. It's just like a long day. I try and get to school before 8 o'clock so I can do everything I need to do. And usually in the mornings when I see most of the other teachers, so we chat a lot. So I just kind of try and get as much as I can done in the morning. Let's see. I think that's it for life. I think I'm good there. Let's start talking about whips, and I'm just going to grab them. Because I've already done this video, everything was a bit out of order, so I've had to just kind of sort that out. First whip we're going to talk to, as always, is, we're going to talk to it. No, we're not. We're going to talk about it. Is my sales, and we start with the class schedule sale. I'll pop in a picture here of what it looked like when it was here last month. This is designed by Armada Designs, and I'm stitching it on a piece of 16 count Ada in Dusk by Picture This Plus. Now, as always, my needle minders are sticking together, but here it is so far. Beautiful. And I did this again. I did this in my video before. I think I showed this to you last month, so I'm just going to do this really quickly if you haven't seen that video. This was astronomy for July, and I think what I did was that I filmed right at the start of July, and so I'd already had that finished. I'm going to just really quickly zoom through this. So there you go. I did that last time too, and I thought I would remember, but obviously not. Just habit, I suppose. If you have any questions about that, leave them below, but I think I probably would have said a bit more in my last video about the class schedule sum. Right, let's keep it moving with my next sale. This one you have not seen. This is the Clouds Factory 2018 sale, which is the Legendary Creatures alphabet. and it is in my Taryn bag. And I'll put a link to her shop below. Love these bags. Oh, that was loud. This is being stitched on a piece of 16 count Aida in something by Picture This Plus. I don't remember the name. I never do. Oh, that's the back. Let's have a look at the front. There we go. Beautiful. We're officially onto the 4th row. Now this month we had 3 letters, because that's how it works with maths. Here we go. We had, you can't see the top of me, that's all right. J, K, and O. So we had Jackalope, the Kraken, and Ouroboros. The Kraken's probably my favourite out of those 3. He's just so cute. I think my favourite is Nessie, and then the Kraken. I think they picked Ouroboros and they picked these 3 because this was so quick. That was done really, really quickly. There's not many colours and there's not a whole lot of fabric to cover there. That is a needle minder that matches the bag that Taryn graciously sent because she's lovely. Really good bags for Aussies because she's in Australia, so it's much cheaper for us. Okay, there's that one. And I would have hopefully put in a picture of what it was like last month. Now, the next one is my own sale that I'm doing for myself. And this is another Clouds Factory piece. It's called The Kings and Queens of the UK. Now I'm going to pop in a picture of what it's going to look like when it's finished. And also a picture from last month as well. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Lugana in a Fabric of the Month by Colour Cascade. I think it was either November or last year or February this year. I can't remember exactly, but it doesn't have a name. It's just a beautiful purple. So there it is all together now. This llama needle minder is by Ginger Stitch AU on Etsy, another Australian. Try to do that as much as I can, but sometimes you can't, and that's okay. Here it is now, a bit closer in. Now you'll see that I've done John, and I've also done the border here the whole way around. Because I was on holidays, I had a bit of extra time, so I did that as well, so that this month I won't have to do any border. So I'll just have to stitch the king in this month. Yeah, I love this piece. I really, really, really enjoy stitching on it. I'm obviously stitching them in chronological order rather than just as they are on pages. In the actual pattern, it's got like 6 or so on a page, but going down. So I'm just kind of moving across all the pages and going across. I'm also stitching this with the alternate border. So you've seen that the Union Jack is at the top, and it's also in this alternate border, it's got all of the flags of the countries in the UK. So I think it looks pretty cool. And I'm really excited to stitch on this as more of a focus piece, but that won't be for a little while because I've got a few other things in front of that one. Okay, so in my rotation, you probably know if you've been watching me for a little bit, I do a week of sales and then I move on to my big full coverage piece, which is Epic Pokemon Generation 1 Extended Edition. I did not do that. I got to the end of the King and it was in the school holidays. It was in the first week and I just didn't. I just didn't want to. I have a couple of theories as to why. The first one is that I bought a game called Stardew Valley, which is a really cute little game. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm sure not most of you, but a lot of people know about the game. It's quite popular. And it kind of sucked my life for the rest of the holidays, actually, for about 10 days. I haven't played it since. I don't think I can play that game when it's not holidays because of the timing and stuff in it. I don't know. I think it's just more of a holidays game or if I'm not stitching or something. And the other reason is that I took the Pokemon off my frame, as you saw last month. It was on a frame similar to that one there, but it's actually here. It's much bigger. It's a tapestry frame. It was my pa's. I borrowed it from my grandma, my granny. Pa passed away and he had big tapestry, so it's quite a big frame. And I asked Granny if I could borrow it because of the big piece I was stitching and I wasn't really feeling it on a Q-snap, and she said of course, so I borrowed it. But the problem is that the tension wasn't there at all, and I really like a nice strong tension. And the way the frame is and the way I like to stitch, I had to pull it towards me, and it used to kind of balance on its legs, and it was like pretty bad, and it used to fall a lot. It was good for a little while, but it wasn't going to be enough for how long I have to stitch on Pokemon. So I decided after I got my Lowry that I wanted to get some of the quantum frames from Omnic. Sorry, I'm playing with my hair because it needs a wash tomorrow and it's just being a bit of a mess. Anyway, I ordered 2 quantum frames from Omnic, as you have seen, and one of them was the 80 centimeter top and bottom bar, so big, long frame. And I think I just didn't want to wrestle with the big, long frame and my Lowry. I just couldn't be bothered, so I just didn't. Yeah, so not great. But what can you do? I think as well it was just I needed a little bit of a break. And I'm glad I did that. So when it came around to school, the other reason I think as well is that I was out of routine. So with school, which is work, I should say work, not school. I get up, get ready, go to work, come home. I do any bits of work I need to do. If it's my turn to cook, I cook dinner and then I stitch. So it's a really like clear routine for me of when to do things. In the holidays, that's completely out the window. I get up whenever. I do the housework that I need to do for the day. I kind of give myself a few jobs. I do it. I do anything I need to do out of the house, and then I come home and it's up to me what to do. Usually I would stitch all day, and I have been the past few holidays. But these holidays I just didn't really, it wasn't really there. So now that I went back to school again, back to work, I've really picked up the stitching again, which is good. So I got to that point and I was wondering what to do, and I was talking to Adele and she said just to bring out turtle ducks because it's on a Q-snap. I don't really have to think about it. It's easy. So I should just do that, and I did, and I pulled it out. And I worked on that next. So this is in another Taran bag with sausage dogs on it, which I love. It's still on the Q-snap, but you can see everything, so I'm not too fussed. Here it is. Oh, I would have put in a picture, hopefully, what it will look like and what it looked like last time. So I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Lugana in Sweet Child of Mine by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and the needle minder is from Adele's Flounder. So as you can see, I finished page 1. And that's a really big step for me with this piece because it just felt like it was going on forever. It is full coverage, like all of this is stitched. There's no gaps at all, so there is a fair bit of stitching in there. It is a lot of solid colour, like heaps of this yellowy green, this dark green here too. There is a few different colours in there as well. It's not just the one colour or whatever. But this is a really big step because this page is actually the biggest page in the whole piece. So the next page, which will go here, which is what I'm going to do next, is quite small. So I'm hoping it takes me a lot less time than this one did. And then there's a page, either this side or this side, that is big, but it's not as big as that one. And the other one's pretty small too. So hopefully over the next couple months, I can get this done. I want this done before my anniversary with Matt because he gave it to me at our last anniversary. So I'd like to have it done before then. That'll be 4 years together, which is awesome. And a bit weird to think about actually, but anyway. So that's in December, so hopefully I should have that done. I would hope so. If it gets to like October and I don't have it done, I'm going to need to give it a lot more time. August, September, October. Yeah, we should be okay, but I might need to give it extra time and Pokemon can have a little bit of a rest for a bit. But that's where that is. I'm really looking forward to getting back to that and keep going because that's a really big step, so I'm very happy about that. Let's pop them back in. Okay, then I did pull out Pokemon. I think because I got back into my rhythm, I was a bit more motivated. So I'm going to kind of recap on what Pokemon is for the people that are newish or the people that don't know or don't remember. I'll put a picture in here of what it will look like when it's finished and what it looked like last time. So this is Epic Pokemon Generation 1, the extended edition. The original edition is from Sprite Stitch and it's completely free. It's a free pattern, as is the extended one. The extended edition is on Reddit. So if you want that edition, you just need to Google search Epic Pokemon Generation 1 Extended Edition Cross Stitch Reddit. REDDIT for Reddit, and that will get you onto a post. I think it's on either the Cross Stitch or the Pokemon subreddit, I don't remember. And then you scroll down and in the comments, the person has left their pattern there as a link. So you click on the link and then it gets you to it. It's awesome. Now I'll show you mine. It's on 18 count Ada. I stitched this with 2 threads and it's currently off the frame because it needed a wash. You can probably hear my slippers. They're quite loud. Here it is all together. So the first 2 rows are done and the next page, which is page 11, I finished last night. So when I finished page 11, I gave it a wash because in here, all of that was dirty because of the way the other frame worked was that when you rolled it, it was leaving the bit where you were going to stitch exposed. So every time I touched it, it would get really dirty. Even though I'm very careful about washing my hands, even if I have a break from stitching and quickly get a drink or something, I still wash my hands again. It was still getting dirty. So with the new frames, they roll in so the back side is showing, which is fine. The back side does have a little bit of dirt on it too, but I wasn't really focusing on that when I washed it. So every time I look at it like this, I think it looks so good. And it does. It's really detailed and awesome. There is confetti, but it's not like a Haid. There's not like 60 colours in a block or anything. There is a few. There's every now and again you get just the one stitch of a random colour, which is so frustrating, but it looks pretty awesome. Matt and I have been getting into Pokemon Go again because you can have friends now. So it's actually helped going on Pokemon because I can be like, oh, I've stitched that one and now I know the name. Because really this piece is for Matt. He grew up with Pokemon and he loves it. He saw it and kind of like his eyes lit up, but he didn't really say much. I was like, oh, I think I'm going to have to stitch it. So yeah, that's it there. That's page 11 done. I've got Abracadabra at the bottom, which is awesome. They started to pop up, so it was really nice. So I'm going to start page 12 when I finish this video and have it edited and it's uploading. And when I get halfway through page 12, I will be halfway through the whole thing, which is awesome. I'm so excited. So yeah, because it's 25 pages, 12.5 is half of 25, so I'll be there. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really hoping to... my goal this year was to get 6 pages done, and I've done 5. So even when I get the next page done, I'm going to keep going the way I have because it will get me more progress than I was expecting for the year, which would be really cool. If it goes the way I think it's going to go, I'll have page 12 finished in September and page 13 finished in November. And I'll be halfway through page 14 by the end of the year. That's what my sum and maths are doing in my head. So hopefully that's actually the case, because that will mean I would nearly be at the end of the row. And that, I don't know, it's just awesome. I really do want to get this piece finished because it is so cool and I want it up in our lounge room. And it would mean that I get to work on some Haids because I have a lot of Haids in my stash. Not like a bajillion. I think there's like 8 or 10. I have 2 started and I really would like to get back to them, but I don't want to make this not have any love. Oh, this bag. This was from Deb for my birthday this year. It's a Pokemon bag. She thought it was awesome when she saw the fabric and I went, yes, it's got Eevee, which is what I named my dog after. So I have to use it. I love it. Now, I did get it back on the frame and the frame, sorry, I got it onto the new frame and it's got way better tension. I had to wrestle with my Lowry for a little bit because it was tipping over because it's a heavy frame, but I popped some weights on there and it's working a lot better now. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, let's go into haul. I don't have heaps. I don't have my silks for you yet for this month, for July. And either I haven't paid the invoice, they've gone to the wrong house, or they haven't been sent. I had 2 packages delivered to our house that were from a neighbour because the postie had put them in next door instead of us, even though it clearly has our number on them. But people make mistakes. It's fine. I do have, and one of actually those packages was this. It's the Sparkly's Fabric of the Month for June. I get this in the 32 count Murano, just normal, not opalescent, in 18 by 27, which I think is a fat quarter size. And this is probably just going to be very white. There's a little bit of colour in there. So it's purpley, yellowy, orangey, pinky, bluey. It's very light fabric, but it's got just that little bit of interestingness. I actually really like it. As always, no idea what I'll stitch on it because I'm not starting anything at the moment, but my sister tells me, and she has told me this since I started cross stitch, to, while I have no children and while I'm not married, not really while I'm not married, but while I'm not saving for anything or having to spend a lot of money, I guess, to stash up, because then when I have kids and I can't spend that money, or I don't have time to, I mean, I will have time to, but I can't spend as much money as I would, I have stuff in my stash ready to go if I want to start stuff. So I'm taking her advice, and I have one Fabric of the Month club and one thread club. I think that's enough. Okay, needle minders. I won a giveaway by a beautiful lady of Instagram. Her name is Christy, and she runs a Facebook shop called Once Upon a Needle Minder, and I will have her linked below. Now I've followed her on Instagram for a little while, and she uploaded a picture of a giveaway thing because I think she reached a certain 100 followers. I don't know how many, I can't remember. And I got to go and pick whatever one I wanted from her Facebook. So I picked this one. And this is the, if you don't know, it's gorgeous anyway, but this is the Ravenclaw Tiara Horcrux from Harry Potter. This is moving. It's quite heavy. It needs 2 magnets. And these are cool because they've got buttons. But it's gorgeous. Now, Giant Harry Potter is going to happen at some point in my life, so this is going to go on it. I think maybe when I finish Kings and Queens, I might start that one because they're quite similar, and I don't want to do all the people on 2 pieces, so yeah, I really like this. Now, it took a little while for me to get this only because her Instagram messages weren't working. So I had messaged her saying, this is amazing, thank you so much, what do you need me to do? And she didn't get back to me, so I just kind of left it for a little while. And then she Instagrammed me, or she left a comment or something saying, I'm so sorry, can you message me on Facebook? So we sorted it out. It was amazing. She was so beautiful. And she sent me another one, which I didn't win 2, I only won 1, but she sent me another one, which was very nice, and gave me a little card too, little owl on it, which is gorgeous. And she said, because I'm doing epic Pokemon, I might like a Pikachu, and I do like a Pikachu. He's got a little Pokeball behind him. It was actually one of my choices as well. I was going to choose this one or a couple of Harry Potter ones, so I chose Harry Potter. But that one's going to go on to Pokemon with Bulbasaur, now that I've shown it. Yeah, so I'm very happy with those. And Australians, if you need needle minders, these are very reasonably priced. It's just another place where you can get some that are a little bit different. So I'll link her below as well. Trying to support Australian people as much as I can. I know Sparklers is an Australian. I really enjoy their fabric, and I was with Colour Cascade, and we've talked about that before, so I'm not going to go there. But yeah, I'm very happy with Sparklies. And the postage is like $3, which is amazing. Anyway, next thing in haul is we didn't go op shopping yesterday. We had to take some things to the op shop because we've been cleaning out some clothes, and we had a quick stop in one of them and had a look, and I looked for threads, there wasn't any, fabric, there wasn't any, and patterns, there wasn't any. So I was like, okay. So I had a look at the books because sometimes there's stuff there. And actually underneath a book about embroidery was this one. And you've probably seen it before. I feel like I have. It's Gifts and Heirlooms. There's got a forward by Melinda Cos, but I'm not sure who it's actually. I don't know if there's an author. Marshall Cavendish, I think that's the name that's popping up. Oh, that's the publishing, I think. I don't know. It's from 1995. it's great condition actually. And I just wanted to show you a couple of things in here that I really like. It was 50 cents, so it's awesome. I'm not going to show you every single little thing, don't worry. But here's one. It's a wildflower cushion. Now this is actually tapestry, or I think it's also called needlepoint, but they're all needlepoint. I don't know. Anyway, but you could easily change this to cross stitch. It is Paterna Persian yarns. That's just another, it's like a coloured in charter. It's really cute. So I'm sure you could find a conversion for those into, even into DMC wool and then into DMC cottons. I'm not sure. There's another cushion which is garden flowers. I really like this, but I think I like and would probably do that one first. I think the blue kind of gets me, and it's very samplery. It's got lots of different little motifs. I really like it. There's a squirrel cushion. You could even just stitch the squirrel by itself. There's a foodie type of one. This is why I got this. It's a Victorian sampler. It's gorgeous. Now I'm not someone who stitches a specific style only. Like I just stitch samplers, or I just stitch primitive, or I just stitch cute stuff. I stitch whatever I want, whatever I think is pretty, and I think this is pretty. I have a couple of samplers in my stash at the moment, including this one, but obviously I'm not starting much at the moment, so they won't start for a little while. But I really, really like this. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's all just cross stitch actually. And it's in Madeira threads, so I would need to just do a quick conversion, and I would actually probably just use the silks I have from Silks For You, excuse me, or I've got some overdyed threads and things like that. It's got birthday cards, greeting cards, brooches. This one's cute too. It's got a nice big picture of it. I think it's a wedding sampler, but it's called a first home sampler. I think that's what it says there. Yep, I really like that. I would probably stitch that for myself and Matthew, but I don't have a ring on my finger yet, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. Let's move on. Bed linen, guest towels, bookmarks, baby cards. There's a baby blanket with, I really don't like this teddy. I think he's kind of creepy, so I'm not going to stitch that. There's a nursery rhyme quilt, which has some really cute little stitches. So there's Little Miss Muffet, Humpty Dumpty, and I think there's Jack and Jill. Yeah, Jack and Jill and Little Red Riding Hood on there as well. Some cute little bits in there. I really don't like this gold frame. Nope, not a fan, but that's fine. I actually really like this clock. I don't know why. I think it's cool. Don't know if I'll stitch it, but I think it's awesome. Matt saw this one and he said he liked it, or he thought it was cool or something. Of course he did, because it's full coverage, and the boy only picks at full coverage stuff. That's fine. He's lucky. I like him. Some posies, and then the patterns are right at the back, so I'm just going to quickly show you. It's like that at the back. So yeah, 50 cents. I'm pretty happy with that. Even if I just stitched that sampler, I got my money's worth. Okay, that's it for haul. Let's talk plans, and then we'll do giveaway. We're only 30 minutes. This is awesome. Plans. Arbitrary August. It's a go, people. If you don't know, Arbitrary August is something that Stitching Mummy, Sarah the Stitching Mummy, she, and I say mummy because I'm Australian and that's how it happens. She came out with Arbitrary August because she wanted to work on a bunch of her whips, which I think is a really cool idea. She has a lot of whips she's trying to get to, and it is tricky with so many. So she's doing Arbitrary August. And she's happy for people to do it however you want. And she's doing it where she is random number generating each day. So her whips all have a number and she randomly generates that number and she works on one. It is meant to be just your whips though, so no, not really starting anything. People are doing it in different ways. I know Jessie Mary's doing it for 2 days. So she picks a whip, she works on it for 2 days and she'll pick another one. I know that for some people switching out projects every day is really difficult. I completely understand that. I'm doing mine with the 5 whips that I showed you earlier. So they're all going to have a number from 1 to 5. And the way it's going to work is that I'm going to give each whip a certain amount of days that I have to work on it. So I'm kind of averaging it. The cells I average out, but the other 2, I'm going to give them the days that I would anyway. So for class schedule cell, I'm giving that one 2 days. Legendary creatures, if there's 2 creatures, I'm going to give it 4 days. If there's 3, I'm going to give it 6, but I don't think there's going to be 3 anymore. Or there might be one more month of 3. Kings and Queens is going to get 2, though it should really only take me 1 day because there's no border. Turtle Ducks gets 7 and Epic Pokemon gets 14. I'm still randomly number generating every day. I'm just going to kind of tick off how many days I've had. So for example, if Turtle Ducks for some reason in the first 2 weeks gets 7 days, I'm going to take it out for a while so I can make sure that Epic Pokemon still gets time, if that makes sense. When my schedules are done, they'll just be crossed out and I won't pick them anymore. I will just go down until I probably have Turtle Ducks and Epic Pokemon done. When Epic Pokemon gets to its 3,000 stitches, depending on how many days left, I'll either just work on Turtle Ducks or keep swapping between the 2 so they both get progress. That's going to just depend on how the month goes because it's random. I don't know. I'm very excited. I was going to go and pick the first week here, but I think I'm just going to do it the night before so that I kind of can set up my frame, figure out what's going on, and yeah, that will be a bit easier. Before I get to the giveaway, I did want to say as well, thank you to everyone who is very supportive of my want of the Scotland Mandala from Chatelaine. I spoke about last month being a little bit scared of the specialty stitches, and I do really appreciate everyone who said just to jump in and do it. I'm going to insert a couple pictures in a moment of the fabric viewer. I selected 2 sparkliest fabrics that I think will look awesome with Adele's help. She gave me the idea of using a green fabric, and I also like the idea of using one that reminds me of sheep's wool. Not fluffy, just kind of that creamy speckledy colour. So I'm going to pop up the 2 pictures now, and I would like you to tell me which one you prefer better, the green or the neutral. I don't know what I'm going to choose. I asked Mum today and she said she likes the green. I really like both. It's really difficult for me to choose. The green is very not chatelaine-ish. The neutral is very much a chatelaine fabric that could have been chosen by them. The green is just not conventional for a chatelaine, but I really like it. NP, she's doing her chatelaine on a really bright blue hand-dyed fabric and I love it. So I really like the idea of doing something a little bit different, but I really want to know what you think, and I'll probably pop up a poll when I eventually buy it on Instagram to see as well. But for now, I would really like you to tell me here which one you like best. The way it's going to work is that I'm putting the money I got back from the taxman, which was not much, into my Chatelaine fund. I still need to figure out the exact cost so I know how much I'm working towards. But what I'm thinking of doing is something that Adele suggested, is giving myself a certain amount of money every time I finish a whip. So it's going to take me a little while to get there, unless I get any money from Christmas. If you have a suggestion of how else I can kind of save up to it, whether that be Epic Pokemon pages or a certain amount of something, or I don't know, give me a suggestion of how I can get there, because I want to work towards it. I don't, as much as I want to get it and start it like right now, I know I need to save for it instead of just spending all my money all the time, because it is going to be $250, $300. So I need to kind of work out the exact cost, including fabric and postage. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yes. I am thinking that when I get it, I will probably start it as soon as I can. I will do an unboxing video, so I'm going to leave it all in the package, if I can resist, depending on the time of day and everything, and do a unboxing and show you all what's in it. If that's something you would like, of course. But it will probably be started as soon as I can, and then it's going to become a big staple in my rotation. So I still have to figure out how that's going to look. I'm thinking what will probably happen is, this is my vague idea for next year, because I don't think I'll be starting, until next year. It will be, I'm going to still do my king, so I'm going to do a king. And then for the rest of the week, because that doesn't take me a full week, I'm either going to have a focus whip. I'm going to randomly choose a whip that I have left, because I'm not going to have many left after this year. I'm still going to have a few, but not like as many as I did at the start of the year. So I haven't really thought about this too much. So it will either be a focus whip or a randomly selected. I'm thinking probably a focus one, because I really have liked that. Then I'll give Pokemon a week. Then I'll give my Shadowlane a week. And then I'll give Pokemon another week. As much as I want to give Shadowlane all my time, I need to finish Pokemon. And with the full coverage stuff that I have, I need to give it a fair bit of time. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. But it depends when I get the Shadowlane, how I feel about it when I get it, how my Pokemon's going. Yeah, we'll have to see. But next year's not for another 6 months. A bit less now. 5 months. Scary. So I've got a little bit of time to think about it. Am I the only one that can't wait for everyone's plans videos for next year? And like wrap up videos for the year? I love those. It's my favourite time of FlossTube. The wrap up videos and the plans videos. I die over them. I love them. I love making them. I love thinking about them, and I love watching them. So please don't ever feel like they won't be watched, because I will watch your plans video 100%. Let's do our giveaways and then we can be done. So let's start with last month. Last month I was giving away, if I can get to it, actually 2 months ago I was giving away this patchwork alphabet, and nobody had selected it. Nobody had said they wanted it. So I'm going to give this to Harriet Stitches. She commented on my last video saying that if they're still available, she would like them. And yes, you can have them, Harriet Stitches. So please leave me a DM on Instagram at lauraxstitches, or I'll leave my email in the description box below. It's just lauraxstitches at lauraxstitches at gmail.com. lauraxstitches was taken. So please send me an email or something, and I'll let you know how we can sort that out. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm doing giveaways to get rid of some patterns that I'm not really feeling or just have done or want to get rid of. So this is very much credit to Michelle Blendy Stitchy for doing this first. With the magazines, I will fold them. So please don't enter if you don't want a folded pattern. I don't think it really matters. For me, it doesn't matter too much because I can always photocopy it, but if you really don't like it, don't enter. If you don't like the fact I'm ripping them out of magazines, don't enter. Please don't say giveaway in the comments. I'll tell you how to enter when I bring up the patterns. And please be over 18 or have parents' permission as well to give out your address. So there's the admin side. Then there was, last month was One Tough Cookie, and Heather from Link Is My Homeboy got that one. She was the only one that wanted it, so I'll put it in your pile, Heather. I think what I'm going to do is just save it until Christmas and send you a big Christmas present of patterns. Sound okay to you? I think it's fine. That's hers as well. And then the horse, the merry-go-round horse, the carousel horse. Harriet, you got this as well. You were the only one who wanted it, so you get to have it. And again, just send me a message on Instagram or an email. Okay. This month, let's talk about this month. The first thing is just if you want to say it, because I don't know if anyone's going to want this because it's a particular like event. It's a wedding sampler. It's from Cross Stitch Crazy, May 2017, which is issue 228. It's like a floral Mr. and Mrs. Could be changed to Mr. and Mr. or Mrs. and Mrs. I don't think it really matters too much with the sizing there. It has the alphabet for all the letters and the numbers. So it's up to you. If you want this, just say, I'd like to stitch the wedding sampler, and depending on how many people, I'll either give it to the person that wants it or I'll randomly draw that. Just depends on how many people would like it. Okay. The next one I can actually show you, it's stitched. So it's Life is Tough by Geeky Stitching Co. So I give away one of these every month because I've got a lot to give away. And I have stitched this. So that's what it looks like when it's done. I stitched this on just some 14 count Aida that was supplied. You can stitch on whatever you like. It's very, very cute. The hearts are 3 different colours, which I love. Bit of an ombre effect. If you would like to stitch this, please just say, I would like to stitch the cookies. And I know you want to stitch that one. Again, I fold these. They've already been folded, so it's like whatever. And this pattern's pretty, I have used it, but it's not marked or creased very much except for the fold. So there's that one. And the last one is pretty cool. It is an original Prairie Schooler. That's cardboard, people. It's book 17 from 1985, I think it was, 1987. And it's woodland sampling. So you've got rabbits, squirrels, a basket of flowers, another rabbit, an acorn, and a squirrel. It's all in there. You only need 6 colours. There you go. So that's that one. It is definitely original, and it was $10.85 when my grandma bought it. So if you would like to stitch that, please just leave, I would like to stitch the woodland, just there, in the comments below. And I know you would like to stitch that one. I will draw these in my next video, just randomly generated comment. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm really looking forward to Arbitrary August. I hope that you will join in however you would like to. I think there's a hashtag for Instagram. There's no Facebook group. It's just on Instagram. So that makes it nice and easy. Thanks for watching. I'm very glad this is finally done. I think this one will be fine to upload. It's just a bit of work with editing and stuff. So I'll get to that. Please make sure you tell me below which fabric you would like me to put Scotland Mandala on. I'd love to find that out. Otherwise, have a lovely August. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at lauraxstitches, and I also have 2 Facebook groups that I help run, Pokemon Cross Stitches, for anyone who would like to show off their stitching or to just watch the stitching. Just leave have a look in the description for the link. And I also help run Fruks, which is Fluffy Rainbow Unicorn Kawaii Stitches, which is all about cute stuff. It's a great Facebook page, very supportive. So just have a look in the description below if you would like to join. Or you can just search them on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the end of August. Bye!